Welcome back, guys, to my YouTube channel. And today we're going to be looking at something really quite cool, and it's actually a contraption that I really like, and it's called the working mirror in Minecraft. Yes, you heard that right. It is a mirror which basically does what it says. It mirrors objects from one side of the mirror to the other side. And yeah, it's a bit unbelievable, I guess, but I'll show you right now how this thing is possible, and you can see it in action. But before I start rambling on and talking about the structure blocks, let me actually show you how this works. Let's flick on the lever and let's come over to this side. And as you can see, if we put down a block, it gets almost instantaneously mirrored on that side, just like that. And you can keep doing this even up to the maximum of this height. Well, you could make it more, but I've kept it up to, how much is that, a 4 high range. And you can basically keep doing this, and this works with entities too, but I wouldn't recommend doing that, because one entity on this side is going to get cloned hundreds of times on this side, and you're going to be running into a lot of lag. So yeah, that's how it works. Well, rather, how it should work if you build it correctly, which I'm going to be showing you in just a moment. Just a word of warning before you start building this is to come somewhere in your creative world close to the 00 mark. As you can see, let me come over here. This is 00, as you can see over there, where it says XYZ or Z, depending on where you stay in the world. And yeah, this makes it easier to actually program the command blocks, well, the structure blocks, because it's easier to know where the positive x axis is, which is in this direction, and where the positive z or the z axis is, which is in this direction. Just a word of warning. And now let's get on to the tutorial. So once you are somewhere close to the 00 and you know where the positive x and the positive z axis is, you can go ahead and build your mirror. Now this can be any size that you want, but for a convenient size, I've just used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wide of a mirror, but you can go as far as 32, I guess, but don't quote me on that. Make it small starting out, and then you can experiment always later. But now what you want to do is just make the side of the mirror that you're actually going to be putting the objects on, which is this side. So I like to use a 8 by 8 area. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then you just fill the rest in, something like that. And yeah, that should be one side of the mirror done, and you can just repeat that on this side to get the very same thing. So by now you should have your mirror completely set up, well, the physical part of it. And now we're going to be doing the technical part of it, which is using the structure blocks. Now the thing I'm holding in my hand is a structure block, but you can't really get it from inside the menu by typing in structure. It's just not there. So what you need to do is go into the commands and then type in give at p structure, and then just hit tab and tab again, and you should get structure block, and that will give you a structure block. And yeah, that's how to get a structure block if you didn't know it. Now what you want to do is just put down the structure block somewhere in the middle of this area over here. Now since I've made it 8, there isn't really a middle, but this looks somewhere close to it. So I'll put one down right there and one down right here, so they are nice in a straight line, both in the middle of each of their respective sectors. Join the two with a line of redstone and bring out a few redstone like that. Maybe just keep it to 2, doesn't really matter, it's just how I had set it up before. And now what you want to do is come over to this structure block and right click it to open the GUI, and then switch it over to save mode and type in, let's say, just mirror, because it's a mirror. And the structure size was, I guess, 8 by 7 by 5, I guess. Was that the correct size? Yes, it was. So now what you want to do is to change the relative position. So as you can see, the box is not really in the correct position. What we want to do is shift it 2 blocks in that direction and 3 blocks, I guess, in this direction. So we'll do that by making this 2 and this -3, and change this to 0 so it comes down to the ground level, and that is more or less in the correct position. But no, we need to make it a bit more to that side and a bit more to this side. Now this, you just need to have a bit of a look as to how your structure is, and it takes a while to get it correct, but you should get it done sooner or later. I'll just do it for myself and I'll meet you back when I have done it. Now as you can see, I have got it in the correct position. I have kept out this row which I had actually used for the when I showcased it. I had the box over on this side, but it doesn't really matter because I'm not going to be mirroring anything on the border. So that is how to do that, and as you can see, it's just higher by 1 block, and that doesn't really matter. I'll just increase the size of the mirror. This is just to show you how to do it, and then you can just make it to whatever size that you want. Another very important thing that you need to do once you have your bounding box in the correct position is to come over here, make include entities on. It should be off by default, so make it on, and then hit save. And there, as you can see on the bottom left, it shows structure saved as mirror. Now come over to the load block. Well, it shows data block, but we're going to be changing this to load, just like that, and hit mirror, and hit this button as well where my mouse cursor is, and that will change it to mirror mode. I won't go into the depths of how that works, but it basically mirrors stuff instead of directly copying them. And hit load once after including entities on, and hit load, and there you should see a box just like that. So as you can see, I've put the mirrored bounding box on the load side right in place, and by now you should be able to do it on your own, and it just takes a bit of practice and you'll be able to do it really quite quickly. So now what you want to do is just come over here and place down a redstone block, say somewhere here, with a comparator coming out of it with a few redstone just like that in a loop. Now put down a redstone sticky piston like that with a lever on its side just like that, and that is everything that you need to do. Oops, and switch it to subtract mode, which will get it into a 1-tick clock type of circuit, and if you flick the lever on, then it's going to go there, and if you pull it back, it's going to stop. So that's how you toggle it on and off. Now let's see if this thing actually works. So let's put down a bit of sandstone, and there you go, it's working just as I had showed in the preview thing which I had done at the beginning. And yeah, that's pretty much how to build a mirror. And another thing that I'm going to show you right now is how to clone entities, but I need to do a bit of preparation before that, and I'll meet you back in just a few seconds. Alright, so I have done the preparation that I was talking about, which is actually this thing right here, which you will see the use of in just a few seconds. So now if you put down a creeper, let's put a few of them in, you'll see that they start getting duplicated a lot, so, and it's really lagging. So this is where this comes in, and it basically kills the creepers. That's everything that it does, nothing else. And there's a few left. Oops, let's kill those again. And yeah, there we go. That is how to clone entities as well, and you know, these things will clone as well. So that's another thing that you should keep in mind. How many entities are there? There's 84 almost. No, there's 43 entities there, which is a lot. So be careful while doing that, and if it's not something that you want to do, then just click off over there where it says save entities, and you should be fine. Well, that's pretty much how to build a mirror in Minecraft, a working mirror, and not one of those, you know, fun house mirror things that you can find on YouTube. and this really does work, except it doesn't show your reflection, but it's pretty cool. And yeah, I really like it, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.